Alright, here we are playing Territory Idle again. I just abdicated for enough gold that I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time, or better, and get a lot more gold from what I'm doing. It's really just beneficial overall to focus on your wheat field income by building wheat fields and farms in a ratio of 3 to 1. But early game, you don't have this space available to do so. So a 2 to 1 ratio is viable and probably the best if you're only at a 9 tile. But I think you only start with 4. I can't remember specifically. However, once I get all my things together and spend the next day and a half or a day or so farming out this gold, I'll be able to pull about 35 or 40k from it, I suppose. And that should be enough to push me into my next tile on day 4 or 5, which isn't all that bad, I suppose, but it's a slow grind. Uh, I'll be building farms and quarries as my new two buildings because I can't afford the next farm for a little bit. I'm just going to hire a few farmers. And I already have enough workers at the wheat field that buying these isn't really a massive production bonus. It's not small, it's just not, huge. But when we're talking about this, look, 35 produces 105. I'll put this one up in another like 30 seconds or something. And we'll see a 35 increase to the 105 to put it 140. Ultimately, there's a particular level of ratio that you want to have everything at because you don't want to wait too long for anything and you don't really want to spend too much on anything because both of those things are just not optimal. So, as long as you've got 3 or 4 times the production of your wood in wheat, you're probably fine. I'd say 3 or 4 times production, to be clear, early game. By about the time you hit mid game, you're probably going to want to change a few numbers because you might have more wood you need and you might want to pick that up. But this is as far as I've gotten thus far. And my forest camp needs to go up to compensate for the amount of income issues I'm having with wood. I'll get probably another farm and then a quarry and then a temple because the temple is a huge income bonus. See you next time.